Yeah, that's a completely different
Feel.
feel. I mean, our first one went there, and then I got lazy
Exactly.
and then went over. But then when I read,
Yeah, you put most of them in there. We got 2, 4, 6. So yeah, that's pretty good shooting though, right there.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, world? Cool shit. Great day. Great day to be like great day. In Knoll Nation. It's 9:30. It's 9:31. We started at 9:30 today, man. What y'all talking about, man? Um, what's going on? Getting everybody in here. Damn, we got 74 in here jumping already, man. Sky, what was we shooting that day? I believe I was shooting the Taurus 380. That look like the like Plies talked about. I got a Delta go to Howard. That little bitch got some power. He must have been talking about that Taurus 380. I got some stuff, more things. I like shooting. That's one of my hobbies and my pastimes. What's up, killer? You took your bath? Huh? How your tongue feel? Good. Good. Now you want to say what's up to the people? You showing the cleats? The cleats fit? Yeah. You telling them what's happening tomorrow. Tell the people what you got tomorrow. Football. You got football. You excited? Yeah. You gonna score some touchdowns? Yeah. You'll be like your big brother? Yeah, I just don't know what to get to this. Like, what's the touchdown mean? A touchdown is when like you score points. Like how in soccer you get a goal. Oh. It's like that. It's like a goal, but in like what real men do. Okay. Okay, so we score touchdowns. That's what we do. Like Keon Coleman. You know what Keon Coleman does? Yeah. He scores touchdowns. Close my door, please. Close my door. Anyway, sorry about that. It's a little bit late at night. Everybody's getting ready for nighttime. We got flag football tomorrow. He's excited. His first ever football game, a rite of passage in this Coleman household. I don't even know if Trey. No, Trey, come here. But I don't even know if Trey knows the Trey. You know, Coach Norvell signed an extension, right? He getting $8 million. Oh, you know, Coach Fuller was in town today too. Mm-hmm. But Coach Norvell saw him today. He said, "What's up?" Not. So I just wanted you to know that he signed. He's not leaving to go to Alabama. He's staying here.
And then the Washington coach signed.
Yeah, the Washington coach signed with Alabama. So he's not as good as Coach Norvell, but it's gonna be weird. But all right, but love you. I'll see you in a minute. Get your stuff ready for tomorrow. All right, cool. All right. Yeah. Oh shit, my bad. You're right. You're right, Chop City. It was 10 million. Anyways, man, what's going on, world? So it's your boy Big Game James _36. And what I like to tell people is that we have this world where I always tell you guys about the alpha male, right? Alpha male jacks. You got to get that Fuller D. And when you get that Fuller D, you can get an extension. The Fuller D, when the Fuller D is hitting hard, you get an extension. And shout out to, I know we had a new member here. Shout out to Jason O for becoming a member. I appreciate you guys. But if you have been listening to what I have been talking about the entire time, so week, all these other different things, I always tell people, here's the thing. When I panic, you panic. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's a couple different ways. And this is no hate for anybody. Everybody got to earn their money in the way they earn their money. Everybody has to derive their attention the way that they derive their attention. But one thing that I don't do is I don't speak on things that I don't have any knowledge about. I don't speak shit. I definitely did just say this morning that I ain't doing no. If I'm doing a 9:30 p.m. show, I'm gonna fucking stand on business, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fucking stand on business today. At 9:30, this morning, I did not expect to actually have sat down and met with Coach Norvell. I met with Coach Norvell, not personally, not like something that we had in the capacity in which I have as a coach, and I happen to be coaching a lot of top football players in the Jacksonville area. One kid, unfortunately, is down where Bobby's at. He's going to the University of Miami. They'll be up here next week. But today we had at Mandarin 5 football coaches come through. We had this morning Dugans and Tony Tokarts were there at 8:30. I was actually talking to Dugans on the road coming to Tallahassee. Mike came at 1, and then at 4:15, Adam Fuller and Patrick Surtain came through to talk to Stubbs. So Stubbs got a chance to talk to Mike Norvell. Stubbs got a chance to talk to Coach Surtain and everything. And it's and then Jamie and Tremel got a chance to talk to Mike Norvell and got a chance to talk to Dugans and Tony Tokar. So shout out to Tony Tokar and shout out to Ron Dugans. 2 great guys doing really, really good things. And I'm not talking about just like they spent some time up there. Like, got a chance to, like, Mike's first stop after signing or after agreeing to the extension was to come to Mandarin High School. And the joke was they know I don't come in and they know I don't fuck with other schools like that. I feel like if you're not a rival, they apparently Cosplay Kirby came in and they was just like, James, when the rival schools come by, like, you're just mad disrespectful to them. Like, you don't even say shit to them. And like you don't even ignite. Like, I left when the Florida coach, when Armstrong came in, and I didn't even look at him. They said, like, you don't even acknowledge the presence of these people, James. Like, you're just like, fuck these guys. And there's only one coach that I really rock with that's a rival, and that was my teammate, Derek Nicholson. But like when the offensive coordinator was there from Miami, they were like, but all that things being said, man, fuck them guys, man. Like, they want to scrap, they can scrap. Like, I didn't even recognize, like, to be honest with you, Grill Master, I didn't even recognize that was Austin Armstrong, because I definitely, if I would have recognized them, that was him, I would have been like, yo, your defense sounds like bullshit. Like, y'all, like, people don't know me. Like, what the fuck you gonna do? Fight me? I welcome that shit. Like, we done whooped his ass and made the news. We all be famous that day. But he's like, of course, is a pig's pussy pork? Everybody fucking wants Jamie French. We actually made that comment numerous times. Man, you are Jamie fucking French. Who the fuck wouldn't want Jamie French? But yes, Jamie fucking French was the thing. But Tremel Jones, I need people to stop disrespect. Like, y'all not doing it on purpose. But Tremel Jones was the fourth. So just to let y'all know about the state of Florida football. Last year, it was broken up into 7 divisions. There was Metro and there was rural or suburban. For Metro is the highest classification of the fucking big boy schools. Miami, Jackson, the Metros, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, the Orlando area, Tampa area, Palm Beach, Lauderdale, Miami. Ain't no running and ducking when you play there. He's the best player as a junior in 4M. I think that they would want to come visit that young man and make sure that he's staying here. Like, but just so happens it doesn't hurt to go and visit Jamie French. Bobby, I'm going to allow this because you are bigging up my homie. Nicholson, Derek has been killing it. The linebacker development is good. Shit. Yeah. All right. My bad. Real quick, anybody in Tallahassee got some recommendations for Bobby? Bobby, real quick. It doesn't matter, but it helps me figure out where to send you because I don't know. But are you a greenie? Are you a colored or a white? Are you black or white or Hispanic? Black, white, or Hispanic just will really help me know how to help you when it comes to that. Grill Master Trammell is the one really going to get Jamie in the end. He is. Jamie may or may not be coming to Tallahassee next weekend. Jamie's recruitment is about to take a step in the right direction. Okay. Bobby's White. Cool. Lot of good places. One, not catering, okay, that's not there anymore. Joe Ellen's. Check out Joe Ellen's to get you some good Southern food. Even though you're white, still go over to Olene's. Check out Olene's. That's over on FAMU's campus. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't let them people scare you. Do not go here unless you're a fucking college student. If you want some hibachi, go get some real fucking hibachi, bro. Like, don't get cheap hibachi. Get real fucking hibachi. Don't go to Roboto's. Like, if you want some decent Cuban food, it's not Cuban food like you'll get in Miami, but Gordo's is actually pretty good. Chop City Silver Slipper hasn't been in Tallahassee in quite some time. It's not there. Our Ted's Montana Grill is a chain restaurant. That is not what Tallahassee should be known for. It's a chain fucking restaurant. Let's give him some local flavor there. I'd say I'd go to Shrimp Stop. That's pretty. They have that, but they also have some others food there. Madison Social, definitely Madison Social. Go check them out. That's on campus, on FSU's campus. All those things, but going back, thank you. Oh yeah, get Guthrie, get you a gut box. If you're going to get hibachi, go to Osaka. You're right, Heezy. But Jen bringing us back into Crabs on the Run is the best part. But Bobby, you good. I want to get you. I can't go to no place called Dig Mongols or Mondale's to get some food, but but whatever. But Jen brings us back into back into focus here. The whole thing is that Mike got it. So Mike comes in, right? Mike really legit spends over an hour at Mandarin chopping it up. And it was and I wanted to do this show because I want people to realize that what we got as a coach, and it's fucking impressive to me. It takes a lot to impress me. And he's really impressive. His demeanor, his candor, the way he talks, the way he handles business when it's time to handle business. He's an overall dope individual that as I was talking to one of my old coaches, Odell Higgins, today, that I love it, and I hope that you keep doing this so that y'all keep winning so that I get to keep talking good about you. But at the end of the day, it's great when you see people who are of their word get a chance to express and truly honor what it is that they say. They do what they say they're going to do, and they mean it. And that's why I fuck with Mike, outside of the fact that Mike's not a fuckboy like the media was trying to portray. And what I mean by that is Mike needs more time. Mike needs this. Mike is a fucking winner, and Mike likes being held to the standard. People will pick on me saying, like, oh, well, the standard is the standard. Like, I got the standard is the standard from Coach Norvell. From the first time that Coach Norvell did an interview with me. And from the first interview with Mike Norvell, I was like, this motherfucker got bars. Like, bars on top of bars on top of bars. The first interview, one of the things that I really remember him saying was that I can't control the star that you came in as, but I can control the star that you will leave. And I was like, damn. I was like, yo, this motherfucker cold. Like, that's a hell of a, that's some pimp. It's some borderline pimp shit that I've heard him say. And like, it's a, like, it, when he said it, I was just like, yo, that shit was smoother than a motherfucker. But today was better. Mike comes in. I see him. Good embrace. You know, Mike's petite. I told him he needs to eat a little bit now that he's making a little bit more money. Like, you know, let's get some of that food that's going to stick on your ribs a little bit, Mike. Got to get you, go over there with Dugans. Go eat some of the food Dugans is eating. Go holler at Dale. Get some of that good brim and catfish and stuff. Well, I don't eat that, but you should eat that shit to go make that better. My guys who are on X watching this, appreciate you watching this on X, but I need them comments on the YouTube. So like, go ahead and just leave X and go over to the YouTube. Check out the YouTube for me. And we'll make sure your comments are hidden unless you're just really, really doing good. Pretty No Girl was right. I mean, hold up, man. You see Pretty No Girl. We have to click on that link. Man. Never paid attention to that, but she might not be lying about. Pretty No Girl might not be lying about being Pretty No Girl, but yeah. But anyway, he needs some grits, and yes, he does need some grits. To check. Hold up, my bad. We still talk about food. Yo, what you know about King's Barbecue? What you know about Mike King? King's my guy, man. That's my guy. King's Barbecue catered my graduation party, man. King's is that motherfucker. I've been fucking with Mike for a minute. I used to go to Mike on Friday nights before we traveled to Valdosta to go get a box, man. You know. Hey James, hope you're doing well, fabulous. News about King Norvell. Fuck yeah. Mike's 8 years, $10 million. That's why I keep getting the shit mixed. But anyway, so we go in, right? Crow, what you doing, man? You want to get on, Crow? You want to come on? You want to come on? Because we can hijack this shit. I don't even like the X shit because you should be talking to me on YouTube. But I fucks with you because we've been you're my homie. So if you want to get on, Crow, let me know. We got Mike Sizer extension 11/12/24. 46 years ago to this day, the GOAT Bobby Biden was hired as FSU's head coach. Had a connection. So we're sitting there, and before we get into all the dialogue and to talk about what all it meant to Mike, and when he was talking about it as a man who was just like, man, Crow, you got to get on the show. We don't got to get on this with Crow. Crow, we're going to have a show, and all I want you to do, I want us to talk like we talk in Indianapolis. It could be about whatever. It doesn't have to be about Florida State. It could be about it's going to be about our time at Florida State. It's going to be growing up in Tally, all of that shit. We going to talk, and we going to do numbers. I just need you to get prepared. All I need you to do is tell me when you're ready for that, Crow. That's the only thing. Antonio Cromartie, Seminole legend, borderline Hall of Famer, probably should be in the Hall of Fame. They call this man the prototype. That's his nickname, is the prototype. Like everywhere you go around the NFL Combine, prototype. Like, because he was the motherfucker, he was cold. But anyways, getting back to Mike. Mike Norvell was talking about these things, and I said, you do know they're going to compare you to a ghost even more so now, right? And he was just like, he looked at me like, because people don't understand that. I'm a Jay-Z fan, and they say Jay-Z in this song called Most Kings. It's like most kings get their head cut off. He's like, what he said, hoes no poet, but I'm close. They got women say, hoes no bigger pop, but I'm close. How I'm supposed to win when they got me chasing ghosts. And the ghost he's chasing is Bobby. And Bobby turned down Alabama as well. If you don't know the story, that was Coach Bowden's dream school to coach at, was Alabama. And they came in and they talked about Bobby wanting Bobby to be the next Alabama head coach. And Bobby gets the call from his agent. Bobby tells the entire staff, get prepared. We're leaving to go to Alabama. Call your real estate agent. Prepare your family. And during those times, it wasn't like you bring your staff. You roll with your day ones. You roll with your day ones. And what he did was they called and said, okay, your interview is on this time. And Bobby said, hold up. And I've actually applied this to my life and been successful. I have never interviewed for a job. I never will interview for a job. You know what if you come and recruit me, you know what I can do. You make me an offer and I tell you yes or no. There is no interview. If I have to interview, I'm going to stay in my lane and stay doing what the fuck I do already. So Bobby turned him down. And then the rest was history. He stayed at Florida State, won 2 national titles. And Bobby, like Jason Brown put his interview, they tried Bobby. And Bobby was like, hell yeah, you tried. Basically, Bobby said, you tried. And then what we did was after that, we got into just talking about what it means. Shout out to Pretty No Girl, who seems to actually like live up to her name. I don't know if that's really her in the avatar, but shout out to Pretty No Girl for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Bobby said that before he won the Natties. Mike Norvell said that, but he never really got to the point where he's just like, I got to tell you no. All Mike did was say something. Why would I? Like, he came in and we were talking about it. Shout out to Zoe. He's been trying to blow this pickup for months. Shout out to Marquise Johnson. It's just an M. We don't know if Marquise is handsome or not because it's just an M. We don't know what he is or not. So, but thank you for becoming a member, Marquise. But Mike is just like, why would I leave? Why would I leave when I've got this thing built? He's like, it's such a special place. It means something. It's different. It's family. I'm already at an iconic place. It's a thing where he's coming in and it's a transparent moment. It was literally the first few moments after all of this stuff happened. And everybody yesterday was discussing things because you don't know and you don't believe because so much stuff out there in our society is fake. Doesn't mean he's great. Might not. He's fucking. Plus, I would never follow fucking Nick Saban anyway. It's just a wild thing, man. It's a wild thing. So, like, when I'm sitting here and I'm listening to him talk, I'm seeing him get choked up. And he says, I didn't even care about the numbers. And what was wild before we got in there, again, my son's godfather is the head coach of Mandarin. And Mandarin was we were talking about the money and different things. And he asked me before, he was like, hey man, because I made the joke when I came up there. I said, I didn't come to see Dugans and Tokar. I came to see the man. I need to see in his face. As he's like, you think he's leaving? I said, no, I don't think he's leaving. I know he's not leaving, but I want to see his face. Like to ask him. Because I had no, as I'll tell people, when I panic, you panic. But I knew I know what I'm dealing with. So I was saying this before. There's two levels of people who are trying to be. There's everybody who wants to be an insider. Everybody wants to be an insider, but everybody doesn't want the accountability of missing being an insider. Trust me, the next time I miss, I already know what's fucking coming. I ain't missed in quite some time. I missed once, and to quote our former athletic director, I was right until I was wrong. Shout out to Michael Morse for becoming a member. Handsome dude. We got to get you an MFTK cap. I like that. I say all these things to say it wasn't a developing story. It wasn't First Class Media. Shout out to y'all fucking up my show by becoming members. I'm just messing with y'all. Appreciate y'all becoming members. It wasn't a situation where like it wasn't a lot to report. He literally, you don't have to. I always say you can be an insider by reading the tea leaves. Why would he go to Alabama bringing in a bunch of Alabama motherfuckers to the transfer portal? Like, let the motherfuckers stay. It's a lot of things that he could have done differently if he were going to truly leave, but he wasn't. What was happening was his agent was doing what his agent's job is to do. And the agent's job is to make sure that his client has every opportunity. And Florida State was already going through the process of giving him a contract extension because he had earned it. He did everything that you could ask somebody to do to put his team in a position to be able to compete for a national championship. And it was taken away from him this year. And I don't know if it would have worked. I believe we would have been in the game on Monday. I'm not sure I'm sure our offense could score on Michigan. I'm not sure our defense could stop that running game. Them motherfuckers could run, man. But I do believe we would have won the first. I do believe we were better than Washington. And that's who we would have probably ended up playing. But do I believe Mike Norvell can bring a championship caliber product to Florida State? I'm just looking at what he's doing. I'm looking at how Mike Norvell, again, after talking to him, I'm looking at two young men who are really enjoying the recruiting process. I tell these motherfuckers all the time, they do way too much shit. But I saw how he tailored his message to the individual relationships that he has with these young men. And I saw young men get giddy. But then I saw these bars. Oh, my bad. The things that were in the contract that was very important that a lot of people won't see, that won't report on, is the amount of money that's going to be allocated to staff and growing the staff. So we'll be able to get more off-field people. We'll be able to pay more people. The money that's allocated to recruiting and recruiting resources, to building facilities. He got guarantees to make sure that Florida State is the premier program, which is what every coach should want to do, which is what, if you listen to the show last night and if you listen to the show this morning, it's basically what Nick Saban did at Alabama. Was that job was great because Nick Saban is great. The job was great because Nick Saban had an open checkbook, open mind, and complete control over everything that was going on. And Mike Norvell took one extra step to be able to have that with a wartime consigliere in Mike Alford that's ready to go out there and battle anybody that comes out. With another guy who's ready to go out and battle that very few people are talking about, and that's the president of our booster club, is Stephen Ponder, who's ready to go out there and do the different things. With a rock star young head coach that you can continue to build upon, that makes it very easy for people to go out there and write a check for. But when that man walked into there, he just sat down and he talked to us from humility. We chalked it up. We did X's and we did some chalk talk. We put X's and O's up on the board. We talked about tour duty drills. We talked about a lot of different things. But when Jamie and Tramel came in, you saw Jamie French, who's that motherfucker, who is an alpha, who says things like funny shit like, Coach, it's so easy. Why is this? These things have been so much harder in the past. Why are these combines so much easier now? It's because, Jamie, you've been going up against people that's been like 2 and 3 years older than you your whole life. You're finally competing with people your age, and you're whipping their ass. You see them giddy. You see them excited. You saw my son. My son doesn't get it. My son lives around celebrities. My son gets excited when he talks about Norvell. It's a presence, it's an energy. Respect is earned, but it's also commanded when you haven't done anything to prove it. It's an energy, it's an aura. Mike came through the door. Yes. Okay. All right, Miss Renee. Is Kai laying down? Is Kai just laying down on the couch? Nah, as long as he's playing with his tablet, he's good. All right. Mike is Mike. But he comes in there and on God, the bars, I said, I'm going to use this on somebody's daughter one day. My man said, priority is an action. You see what my actions have done. The first place I decided to come was Mandarin High School to come see you. It wasn't one of the first stops. It was the first stop after signing for $10 million. The first place he went was to go see his quarterback commit and a 5-star wide receiver that he's trying to flip. And Jamie was just like, shit. And then this motherfucker told Jamie French straight up, Jamie, a lot of coaches are going to tell you to do some things. And he looked at him, he said, I'll never ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself, as you can clearly see. Man told Bama, not interested. He didn't turn him down. He told him, I'm not interested. Didn't turn him. I want you to hear that. Didn't tell him I turned you down. Told him I'm not, didn't even tell them. Told his representatives to tell them I'm not interested. I'm happy where I'm at. He told them, I'm not going to tell you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. And that spoke volumes. Jamie's seen everything that's happened to Alabama. He knows all the stuff that's over there. It's love over there. They're winning. And then when Drake came in, and Crawford's still listening, Drake's the one that I got to get you with. That's the one that's like that's the real motherfucker right there. Drake comes in and he immediately challenges Drake. Did you play to the best of your ability? Do you feel like you got everything that you needed to get? And Drake was like, no, sir, I didn't do that. He said, well, then he got it. He got on him. He challenged him. He held him accountable. It was a change. You got to know what drives the people. He goes in there and he challenges this young man. And he's like, that's how it's gonna be with us when I'm with you. I'm not. He's like, I'm not trying to get on you. I'm not. But that's just what I see in you. You say you want to win a Heisman in defense, and I can see that for you. I was like, damn, this motherfucker don't miss. This motherfucker don't miss. I'm sitting there like this motherfucker saying the shit that I would say to him, that anybody else would say to him. But again, to me, it's nothing that I haven't seen. When I see him, he's consistent. And I think the times when the people get on, and I understand why people get on and speak the manner in which they speak, but sometimes we have to be willing to admit that we speak on things that we don't really know, that we don't fully understand, that we're getting bits and pieces from. But like, that's why when people like, you're not mad, you're not holding them accountable, I'm like, no, because I know what's going on. I know that when there's a miss, there's a plan to fill that void for the miss. And then there's also the opportunity to continue to build rapport and relationships, because shit gonna happen. Like Bama, did y'all see what Georgia just picked up from Bama? They just got a safety from Buford, Georgia, from Bama, that's going to Georgia now, who's got 3 years of eligibility left to play. Plays the same safety spot as a young man that they just got from Buford, Georgia. We got Earl Little, though. So we straight. We good. We're in a good place, man. Like, you got a guy who talks the talk but can also walk the walk. And all we can do is hope that it continues to see itself on the field. And again, as I tell people, I can't really talk much about the class of 2023, but I can tell you firsthand about the class of 2024, because I got a couple of 2024 kids. And they really fuck with Mike. And the staff, not just the staff, they fuck with Mike. And I think that's what people got to realize, is that he coming in, he's genuine, and he's not going to tell you something that he's not going to lie to you no more, no less than anybody else. So I felt the need to share that, because that wasn't a secondhand convo. It's not what I heard from somebody else. That's not the way the Den Media Group is structured. Den Media Group is structured to be able to give you guys the realest breakdowns, the realest encounters, and the realest things in media. That's why the interview with me and Lorenzo Booker is doing so well, because what you got was basically two friends FaceTiming. We're going to give you those things. I'm going to tell you the things as truthfully as possible as I can. And when it's my opinion, I'm going to make sure you understand it's my opinion. But it's not a lot of opinion that's coming on. It's going to be more facts than fiction. When you hear me in the spaces, I don't talk about things that I don't know about. So, and we're not going to have 20 fucking episodes, and I don't like to write anymore. So you're not going to see me do a bunch of shit just to get you to click on a fucking link and talk about things. When I talk about a recruit, it's probably because I know the fucking recruit. I don't chase little boys. I don't like my own two sons sometimes. So last thing I need to go do is chase other people's children. But if I'm talking about that recruit, that means that recruit's family reached out to me. That means that there's a personal relationship in there. Just so happens I have a good amount of personal relationships. If you're attracted to real, you're attracted to this channel. And I think that's why I fuck with Mike. I'm attracted to real. I might not always like real, but I definitely am attracted to that. And you know, but yeah, man. So if you got any questions in the comments, it'd be a great time to ask those. But that's basically some of those things. I see E Regis. Shout out to that. E, we need to get you away from the. We don't normally entertain whites comments in here. We only do with coloreds, but because this is a really good comment and I fucks with you doing this night, I'm feeling very good. I'm going to read it. I believe that the 2024 team may be even better than the 2023 team. I'm going to say this. Better is probably not the better is not the right word that I would use per se on that. I could say they'll be good. I honestly believe that they'll be closer to the 2022 team, who I believe, I don't want to say underachieved because it's hard to say somebody underachieved when the previous seasons were 3-6 and 5-7. But I think that 2022 team was better than 10-3. They probably should have beat Wake Forest. They ran out of time against Wake Forest, and they should have beat North Carolina State. And then they ran out of time for Clemson. Those 3 games, we could go back and look at some plays to see that they're very winnable. But we didn't. We were banged up. So I'll say that. I'll say the 2024 team will be like 22 because there's a lot of names that we believe are talented and that we don't know about. Ryan Johnson puts, what did War Chant leak? I don't believe so. It was on 3, and we did a very good pick on the guy Pete Thamos or Pete something, whatever his name is. He talked about Zion Young. And then everybody reported that Zion Young was visiting, and he did. It was supposed to be under wraps. A lot of convincing had to go, and trust me, it's just he's a confused kid. Who's got a lot of decisions to make. And we'll see how it works out. But apparently somebody said that they knew his dad, and they went on War Chant and said that he was committing to Florida State. And it wasn't anybody on War Chant's staff. It was probably on one of those threads. And unlike what War Chant and other groups did with me with Fifth Quarter, I won't hold the staff at War Chant accountable for what a person on a message board said that wasn't one of them. So it wasn't really one of those guys, but I can tell you with absolute certainty that Zion Young has not committed to Florida State at this moment. Might happen. Not sure. Probably, I don't think it will. But I think if you look at what Florida State's got in terms of commitments, and then when you look at what Florida State's had to endure the last, as I always tell people, anything can happen over 72 hours. A lot of shit happens. I actually hope Zion does come because I like Zion. Zion's a good kid. I wanted Zion out of high school. Shout out to my boy Grimes, good dude. With that, so 2021, we should have been 6-6. You don't lose to Jacksonville State. Just don't lose to Jacksonville State. And there's a couple other losses in there. We should have beat Notre Dame. A couple things in there like that team should have been better. I think that season is better if we don't go with the Disney story. Like, don't play fucking what's the Disney Channel kid? It would have been an amazing Disney movie if it worked out. But the young man whose like knee was hurt or whatever, like we should have played J Trav more. I believe if J Trav starts that whole season, we're 8-4 at worst. Yeah, Mackenzie Milton. Thank you, Mackenzie Milton. Do you see the writing on the wall for 2024? Undefeated, the staff has proven know how to make the most ability. I got to see more. I can't call undefeated. We still have some areas like linebacker that I'm not 1,000% sure about. We have a very untested wide receiver core, extremely talented, but never worked together. But we do have a kid that can throw the ball a country mile. We got a couple burners that could go get the ball. And that motherfucker, that big Oos, I gotta get Big DJ. Y'all tell DJ, y'all tell Big Dave we need to get him on the show, get a little pop show. Big Oos will be able to fling that bean down the field. So yeah. But I think our D line play is going to be really a lot deeper. I don't know if we have a Jared Verse at this point right now. Andrew Chambers, I appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you. Any Usos in Washington want to climb? Washington and Alabama, like they gotta look for the class of 2025. There's a linebacker that we were in on that was going to stay home, but now you might want to climb. Aaron Bailey, how does the 5 scholarship hurt on a scale of 1 to 10? It's not 5 scholarships; it's 5 scholarships over 2 years. So what we'll probably do is take the hit this year. To be honest with you, the hit, I don't really care when we take the hit now because Bama without Saban, I wasn't really fearing Bama with Saban, but Bama without Saban isn't that scary anymore. Take the hit whenever you can. Like, and then with the NIL and the way those things are going, I was talking to one kid who felt like he may not be necessarily in. He might have missed a spot, but he had an NIL deal negotiated. It's like, dog, it's $40,000 between the $3,000, the money that you will miss for your housing, and what you'll have to pay for your student stuff. Like if you're a walk-on, walk-ons get all the same things that scholarship players get in terms of like food now, travel to games and shit like that. If they're offering you $250,000, it's still $210,000 that you're gonna have left, and you get the education and all that other shit off. If this is where you want to play and they're gonna give you the bread, man, take the bread. Angelo definitely remembers we called Mackenzie Milton Lieutenant Dan. Oh man, we've had such a fun time with nicknames around here. How much is allocated for off the field staff? I don't know, but we do compete. But he says, do you think we compete with the best with it? I do believe so. I believe we're going to be fine in terms of that. Undefeated. Nick Snyder puts undefeated is insanely hard. There's a reason we've only done it 4 times. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to win a football game. I think we talk about it. It has been done so much that people don't even realize that. Is Earl playing nickel or safety? I believe he's going to be a bit of both. I think how good Conrad Hussey, Kirkland are, Barker, Shaheem Brown. I think we're so good that we can maybe even have a 3 safety look on the field, where Earl Little being the guy that can walk down and being the guy that you want in coverage. I think it's just so many more things we could do to diversify that room that could actually, what people don't want to hear is make up for the fact that we haven't had the best linebacker recruiting up to this point. Innovation is out of necessity. You're either going to adapt or you're going to die when it comes to this game. You can only coach what you have on the field. T Stone, this is a fucking you motherfucker. Got me, but it's a good question. I want my questions on YouTube, not on X, but that's cool. I got you. I just wanted to get y'all from X to come to the YouTube channel, but it's all good. Thoughts on Lundy coming back? To quote my boy CJ Wilson, it's always get your girl back season. So, shit. I mean, I don't really, we need linebackers. All right, my bad. Keep it 100. By Ryan Johnson. Do you think the change needs to be made to Norvell's coaching staff to improve high school recruiting? Here's what I believe. There are 2 types of things that you need. You need recruiters and you need developers. Everybody's not a good recruiter, and every recruiter is not a good developer. We had an elite recruiter on tag staff in He's not the head coach of Bethune-Cookman. Raymond Woody. Raymond Woody can recruit with the best of them. Raymond Woody could not really coach linebackers very well. You want a guy who could do a little bit of both. And the way things are going now, you get your off-field coaches to really go out there and do the brunt of the work, and you let the developers develop. I believe you can put a battery behind anybody, and they'll make them better. And I think that's just what we have to do. Stop trying to fit square pegs and round holes. Put guys in positions where they're good. At the end of the day, the goal is to win football games. Like right now, if we get a kid from Washington, a linebacker from Washington, if we're able to pull a linebacker from Alabama, we run a 4-2 fucking 5. We pull 2 guys, we are really right in that motherfucker. So like I don't really see this like how everybody else sees it. Like we're not that far off. In today's game, to be honest with you, I'd rather recruit a striker and an extra safety and take the safety and develop them like and make that motherfucker be your new linebacker. Because high school kids can't cover. They're not asked to do it like that. And in the spread game, be honest with you, if I'm coaching, I find a real true linebacker. DJ Lundy on that field, I'm making that motherfucker cover every day, or you're gonna get him off the field. So I put any thoughts on UF offensive line on campus, Roydell and Zion. I already just talked about Zion. I think Zion's a numbers game, but we'll see how that goes. Roydell, if that motherfucker want to be here, sign me up for him. I don't like the O lineman from Florida. The 2-year thing for Atkins on hiring, kind of a no-lose pun. Like Atkins already served one of them years, so it's just a thing where just be careful. Don't fuck up. Just continue to do what you need to do. You're gonna win a state championship with the new classification. We got a better chance than we did last year. Miami Columbus was just like we would have had to click on all cylinders, and we didn't. Our offense was kind of stalling out a little bit. And our defense could not stop the bleeding. They could not stop the run to save their life, which was our Achilles heel. We will probably be right back in the same position that we were in last year. We're extremely talented with a lot of guys. We got a tough schedule, but the goal is revenge tour at Mandarin High School. I talked to Toby. I told Toby, fuck these people, be an asshole. Toby's my good friend. He's a big dude. Like I look at Toby the way if you ever seen Tombstone and that I'm his Val Kilmer. I whoop your ass over Toby Bullock. And I told Toby Bullock, I don't like how these people talking about us, bro. Like fuck that shit. They think we recruit. Then let's whoop their ass and show them how we recruit. Beat the fuck out of people because it's not my job to boost another child's self-esteem. We all get paid the same shitty stipend. If I gotta be out here, I tell my kids, if I gotta be out here, I'm gonna be out here to fucking win. Not out here to lose and hold people when they cry. I'm out here to win fucking football games and beat the shit out of people. Don't tell me you tried your best. Winners win. And fuck the prom queen. I fucked the prom queen. That's how I live. Like that's how I teach these kids. If you don't like that shit, don't play for me. Go get your ass whooped by me and my team. Can't read your comment, M. Brown. Come put that on the YouTube. Can't read that, Colby, right? Take that comment off of X, put it on the YouTube. What round do I see Johnny getting drafted in? I think Johnny's a fourth rounder grader. Not mad at him leaving. I don't really think his stock rises or falls even more. KD, love it. Can't read your comment, so you got to put it on YouTube though. Take that off of X, put it on YouTube. The way I look at recruiting, you could not deal with your own failure. So what did that bring you to? Right back to me. But I also love perfect balance. Again, I'm an asshole, but I'm an asshole that gives kids, that feeds the poor people. I agree with this. I think Boots is going to be that guy once he continues to grow into his body. Damn, missed a couple shits. I would go back up. Revenge Tour. Appreciate you, Mark. Compliance, love it. Per your request, I switched to YouTube. How much do the off-field coaches impact recruiting? Are there any elite available like Brewster used to be? Off-field coaches are great. When you want to look at some guys who are good off-field coaches, look at my brother John Heron up at Louisville. He does a phenomenal job of setting it up to where the recruiters can just knock them down. The on-field guys, good off-field guys. I mean, they're hard to kind of come by. You just have to go find somebody who's got the connections. There's plenty of people. Like if you look at like my brother Devin Respres, who left FAMU to go to Colorado. I mean, people can feel how they want to feel about him, but he worked his ass off and got FAMU in some battles and positions that they probably shouldn't have been in. Hey, I don't know, man. Trying to look. What do I think the issue is with linebacker recruiting? I had a friend that knows Shannon real good. I think Shannon is such a good developer that he sometimes overlooks the sure thing and he overthinks it because he knows he can see it from what the guy told him. He can see it in other positions. He just sometimes has a hard time seeing it with his own. I do think Mike is going to bring on additional staff. I think we'll start seeing more guys hired in the offseason, and I think it will affect our 25 recruiting class, but more so our 26 recruiting class. Who's our real recruiting closer? Certain. Fuller's a better closer than what people give him credit for. I think Atkins is going to be that guy, and Dugans. Those are guys that we're not going to lose many battles with them. No tasking puts, according to your previous radio station, Alabama didn't want Mike, according to Frangie and other gay turds in the station. Frank Frangie also didn't believe that Jim McElwain was going to get fired. Like, I want you guys to realize this, and shout out to Rick Ballou for saying this. The difference between you and the national pundit, the difference between you and the guy on the radio is they convince somebody to hire them and they're able to form an opinion, speak about the opinion, and understand that there's going to be a blowback given out. Some of these guys have absolutely zero sources. I have more sources at Florida than Frank Frangie. Print it, copy it, say it to them, don't give a fuck. The proof is in the pudding. 90% those guys, it doesn't mean they don't work hard. They work really, really hard at their job. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They have this thing called Chop and Chomp every year in Jacksonville, FSU versus Florida. They had the 10-10 representatives from FSU and Florida get up there and talk to prominent Gator and Knoll boosters in the Jacksonville area. Neither one of them knew what the fuck they were talking about in that. So much so that my partner, Greg McGarity, that I do the Tax Layer Gator Bowl stuff with, said, James, they should have just let you go up there and you know more about Florida and Florida State than anybody that I've been around with. Greg McGarity is a former athletic director at the University of Georgia and an athletic director at Florida. And he knows all the people that I know in both of those schools. And it's just a thing where actually I need to get Greg on about how that shit works. Yeah, but the people that y'all entertain and give a platform fucking baffles me at times. Can I critique y'all for a second? Not personally, people, but just in general. The people that you'll believe makes me question what the fuck you're doing. And are you in charge of children? And that scares me. Nick Snyder put, James, I want to say I'm newer to your channel. I really love your content. I'm a sucker for inside stories with coaches and players, so thank you for being you. We're going to have a ton of them shits because this is a long-ass fucking offseason. What I'm not going to do is to be like Miami fans where I'm just going to be like, fucking we back. We're going to have Dope Boys, Chop It Up, and we're going to have Inside Drills. Inside Drills will be where I talk to other celebrities and other football players from other teams, and we just talk about life. And we just talk about things, again, candid conversations that you guys will be in. What position group am I most excited about next year? A Big Oos. I want to see what the quarterback's going to do. Kids really like Coach Fuller. Appreciate you, 3-6, always keeping it real and have motivated me to seek my lane. Hey, man, do your thing. I believe the Den Spiritics where I get my info, period. I wish it wasn't September. But my bad, Bobby. Bobby, you're gonna like the Hurricanes that I have on. I'm gonna probably get up if I don't get up with Reggie Wayne at the Super Bowl, I'm gonna get up with Reggie at the Combine and we'll chop it up and we're gonna talk about his path. That'll be one of my first inside drills. I'm gonna try to get Big Leon Searcy as well. His stories are crazy. You know, a lot of cool shit, man. But yeah, man. So on that note, man, it's late on Saturday, man. You know, a lot of you guys, please don't panic. Please don't bitch up. Don't do me a favor. To my FSU guys, stop letting 7 and 5 and 5 and 7 Twitter get you upset. Drink some wine. Make love to your wife, or find Pretty Girl's actual Twitter. Pretty Girl Noel's actual Twitter handle, and see if she's actually pretty in real life. Jen doesn't have a date. Go approach Jen Santy with some classic, like some bars that Mike Norvell would say to her. Go. My point is, just try to enjoy the previous season. Well, Facebook, sweetheart, if you got something, IG, give us something, ma'am. Please, the people want to know. But what I'm saying is that enjoy the time, guys. We've been in a situation where we've seen the bottom. We don't want to go back there. We want to get back up to the top. And if they were good when I was in high school, I don't want to hear that shit. Don't worry about this shit. We got a wartime consigliere and Mike Alford, Steve Ponder. Our president ain't no bitch either. We're gonna attack this shit and we're gonna have great news. And as I always tell people, if you're worried, just look at me. When I'm panicked, you panic. So you eating pizza, man? You hungry? You want to tell the people bye?
Bye.
All right, that's how we're going to end the show. You want to tell them? Come on. Please like this.
Please like it.
Say it loud.
Please like it. Subscribe to my channel.
You gotta say it without the food in your mouth, man. Say it loud so they can hear you. They can't see you. Oh. Yeah, Chop City, the Bama running back. So he said, please like this and subscribe to my channel. Like right now we're at, where are we at? Uh-oh. See what I'm talking about? This is the shit that I be talking about. Coach Norvell put, great seeing you today. Sorry, just seeing this. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, that made me feel good. Stop drinking the damn soda, son. All right. Appreciate y'all chopping it up with me. We'll see you guys next time. Sorry to blow up your spot, pretty girl. No. And everybody else. So we'll see you guys later, man.